in Telangana, launching another offensive against the government in Telangana. The opposition BRS claims the Congress, which won the 2023 assembly polls with the promise of welfare guarantees, has not delivered on its promises. While the BRS accused the Revant Reddy government of not yet delivering on doles like the 2,500 rupees to women or 10 grams of gold to married women that was promised, the Congress says it's committed to the promises but is struggling with managing the 7 lakh crore debt it inherited from the BRS government.
It's very unfortunate that our State Chief Minister, Mr. Revant Reddy Garu, had yesterday in national media commented that our state is financially not doing great and he's not even able to spend 500 crores on capital expenditure per month. It's an unfortunate effort of this Chief Minister to malign the reputation of KCR Garu, who ruled 10 years before him. But the matter of the fact is, this state government is getting a brilliant revenue of 18,800 crores and they're only spending 6,000 crores on the entire state expenditure. Rest of 12,000 crores is still pending with them and they're already spending more than 3,000 crores per month on the capital expenditure.
So is this a fact-based exchange or just pure politics on the part of BRS? Joining me this evening, Rohit Rao Meneni of the Congress. We'll also have Ravula Sridhar Reddy of the BRS joining us in a bit. I also have with me my colleague Uma Sudhir. Rohit, first to you. You heard the accusation from the BRS. The Congress made promises, has not yet delivered, says the BRS. What is the reason, A? And B, is it not an embarrassment for the party 1 year after it came to power to not have implemented on the promises it had given during the election campaign?
No, I'd like to answer that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'd like to answer that in two parts. One, the accusation made by Ms. Kavita there. Mr. Revant Reddy was speaking about the debt that was inherited by the government and the fact that he's struggling to pay the interest payments of that particular debt, 7 lakh change crores. So he clarified in that and said categorically that we are committed to making sure that all the promises made by Congress will be fulfilled. Can I answer the second part by saying, you yourself are saying that this has been a year now, right? And in the year, in the 6 guarantees, we've gone ahead and fulfilled quite a number of promises. Yes, there are other promises that need to be fulfilled. Most, the biggest and the most promising one is the 2,500 rupees that was promised to the women, and we are committed to that. You need to judge a government by making sure that let it complete its good 2 years or 3 years of term or closer to the end of the 5th term and then take a gauge of whether the government was able to fulfill its promises or not. Given the financial situations, we are doing the absolute best we can and we are committed. Nowhere we are saying that we are retracking on the poll promises we've made or we're going to scrape one of the promises. Where did we say that? We are committed to it. We are on the way of fulfilling all the promises and we have fulfilled a number of promises. So this has to be looked at in a political way. I don't see any merit in that fact. This is my point of view.
You say no merit in the fact. Ravula Sridhar Reddy, you heard the Congress spokesperson saying there, it's the mess that you've left them with financially that's making them have to delay on implementing the promises. They are committed to it. You're just playing pure politics, he says.
It's a lame excuse he's speaking because he was talking about, they have honored quite a number of promises. What do you mean by quite a number of promises? They made 6 guarantees, 420 promises in their election manifesto, and except free bus, that too, the implementation completely, failed. So none of the other guarantees were implemented, nor the promises which were given, that 400 plus promises were not honored in the past 14 months. And Revant Reddy and Congress party, in their public meetings, where Srimati Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, Srimati Sonia Gandhi attended the meetings, they have promised that they will be fulfill these promises within 100 days of their governance. Now it is 14 months. I think more than 420 days also have gone. Now today they claim that we are debt ridden, and in one of the media channel discussions at a national forum, this Chief Minister himself claims that it's an insult to the state. I am not in a position to even spend 500 crores capital investment. So I am suggesting Congress party, if you are not in a position to fulfill your promises, leave up with it. People of Telangana will decide your fate after another 3.5 years. But don't unnecessarily insult the state in the national forums, wherein if a Chief Minister speaking this language will show the state in poor light. The investments will be hit. In 10 years of KCR's family, KCR's rule, The state
No,
has
let me
attracted
take
more
that
than...
point. Ravula Sridhar
Yeah.
Reddy, I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me take that point across to Rohit. Rohit, Congress made the promises in Karnataka. The Congress delivered all its promises as soon as it came to power. Guarantees. Now, when you make the promises, you knew the financial situation of the state. If you haven't been able to fulfill the promises 1 year after coming to power, obviously the opposition will question.
I'm not denying that fact, but when Mr. The spokesperson of the honorable spokesperson of the TRS says that none of the poll promises were implemented, none of the 6 promises, and even the free bus that was implemented was done with some problems. Where are the problems? Every woman in this state is able to ride a free bus. And we are happy to say that, thousands and thousands, lakhs of trips have been made, and that's a successful program. Now, is it not a fact that we've also given the free to below 200 units electricity, the free bills for that? Is it not a fact? Is it not a fact that the number of people who are eligible are also getting the subsidy on the 500 rupees that we said for the cylinder? Okay. Is it not a fact that we have waived off thousands of crores, 20,000 plus crores of farm loan waivers? So all these measures are being taken up. I don't see why the opposition is such a rush to make a judgment on the government that is 1 year old. Please give us the time, and we are
Quick response, Ravula, because I need to go to my colleague Uma Sudhir to get perspective on this. Quick response to what Rohit has said, Ravula Sridhar.
Raghav, they claim free bus, but it is full of problems. There are no buses first in the places where the women can use of it. Number two, the loan waiver. Wait a second. Please do not disturb. The loan waiver. Initially, the CM said 41,000 crores. They have done it to the tune of 18,000 crores. Only 30-35% of the promise was fulfilled. Now, saying that they don't have funds, it shows their incapacity, rather their inefficiency in handling the government. At one end, if you look at the Rabi crop today, because of the water problem, now they are getting dried up. Okay. Farmers are actually coming on road to protest. Entirely, the government failed in fulfilling their promises. And all sections, not only
okay,
today.
This is a political exchange. Let me also get my colleague Uma Sudhir into it. Uma, you've heard both sides of the argument. One side says that there is a financial mess. We are implementing whatever promises we can. We are implementing it. The remaining ones we will implement when we are in better finances. The other side says that you have promised, so you need to deliver. If you haven't delivered, we question. Where do we find the reality in all of this?
So what the Congress had promised, very, very lofty promises, would have been very, very difficult to fulfill to the satisfaction of everyone. So the BRS certainly playing the role of the opposition very well in this particular case. It is a fact that the Congress has implemented the free bus ride, for instance, which actually was not part of the guarantees at all. They have implemented the free bus ride after, without even announcing it and starting it soon afterwards. And that's been certainly a success. But perception-wise as well, I must say, in Telangana, the feeling is that the promises that were made by the Congress to the people of Telangana, to the women of Telangana, that has not been fulfilled to the extent that people had certainly hoped. Everyone knows that election promises or pre-election promises never get fulfilled the way they are promised. But in this particular case, I must say, whether it's a 2,500 rupee per woman scheme or the 10-gram gold to woman that was promised, enhanced pension. In fact, I hear complaints of pensions actually getting delayed much more than it happened during the BRS time. But yes, to their credit, Revanth Reddy also unveiled a very grand plan on March 8, or International Women's Day. And in fact, he not only says that he's going to make 1 crore women as crorpatis, each of them, by giving them more than 21,000 crores as funds to the self-help groups in order to help them buy solar plants, 1 megawatt solar plants, petrol bunks, as well as buses that the RTC will be running. So there is a movement in that sense to empower women, to financially make them more independent as well. And very interestingly, Veera, he also promised that in the next election, the 33% reservation or number of tickets that will be given to women for assembly and parliament seats, he says, as your brother, I'm going to ensure that you get those seats. And that we will have to wait and see, as we have always seen, that is something that never gets fulfilled.
Right. I'm just, the last 1 minute, Ravula Sridhar Reddy, first to you. Is it because the BRS is nervous that the Congress government is performing on several other fronts that it's raising this issue?
They have failed completely in the past. They are not failed in the past 1 year, another 14 months. They are not even in a position to conduct the local body elections because they are scared. They will lose very badly. In the recently conducted MLC elections, they have lost. Friend, please, have patience.
Sir, thank you. Thank you for bringing up the MLC.
Wait a sec. The
The
2,500
BRS did
rupees
not
promise,
contest the election.
which was made to the women in Telangana, they failed. And in Kalyan Lakshmi, where the financial assistance was given to the, families of the, for the marriages of young girls, they have promised additional 1 tola gold, 10 grams gold. Failed. Show me, they have not increased the pensions. Show me a single promise which was completely fulfilled. And today, a party which was talking about a dirty state brought in more than 1.5 lakh
seconds.
crores in 14 months.
Just before we close it,
1.5 lakh
please.
crore loans in 14 months. I don't know what happened to that.
Okay, you
Not a
made your
single
point.
project was
30
taken up
seconds to
newly.
you, Rohit, and then I'll give 30 seconds to Uma for her final comments. 30
Yes,
seconds
thank you.
exactly, Rohit.
30
You
seconds,
are
I
in
would-
an embarrassing situation as far as the promises are concerned.
Absolutely. Look, not at all in front of the in that regard. But can I just say, because the topic was also brought up about the MNC election. Yes, we lost. No problem. They are not even in a position to compete. They cannot even put a candidate. They wanted
They have not
their
competed in the
friends,
past
their dear
election
friends
also.
from BJP to win. So therefore, they have a tie-up.
Even in the last election, we have not competed.
And then they accuse us of not fulfilling the promises because they do not have any ground in Telangana. BRS is now a lost force. It is totally a lost force in Telangana.
Okay.
They are trying their best
So
to make
you
sure
say-
BJP tries and improves in the state. So absolutely.
So you say, like the
good-
BRS said 10 years ago about the Congress, but Uma Sudhir,
Raghav, they
final
have not
word to
contested
you,
those two
30
elections in the
seconds
past
left.
also. They have
States
lost 18
finances
seats.
Actually, the
versus
ball
welfare
is in the
guarantees. Is
people's
that
court,
going to be the
Veera,
emerging
because
debate?
election. The ball is actually in the people's court, Veera, because election after election, parties keep making these very grandiose promises and they never fulfill.
Okay.
But do they get punished for it? That's a question. Because some experiences have been, for instance, in Andhra Pradesh, where Jagan Mohan Reddy said,
Okay.
I fulfilled all the promises and still didn't get re-elected. So whether electoral promises are something
Right.
that yield
Uma,
political
checks given
dividends
to
is a big
the
question.
checks given to the
On
women
that
groups are
note, I
getting
think
lapsed
we'll
in
have
the
to let
state.
this discussion pass. That's all we have time for on the show this evening. News and updates continue right here on NDTV. Thanks for watching.